My friend, let me start with a truth that many men prefer not to hear, but it is too important to ignore. After the age of 50, more than half of men in the United States experience an enlarged prostate. By the age of 65, that number climbs to nearly 70%. Every single year, more than 1 million hospital visits in this country are connected to complications from prostate problems. These are not just numbers on a page. They are fathers, husbands, brothers, and friends who suddenly find their nights broken and their days filled with exhaustion. The pain of this condition is not just physical. Imagine trying to sleep but being forced out of bed 2, 3, or even 5 times each night because of the urgent need to urinate. Imagine sitting at dinner with your family but feeling embarrassed because you need to excuse yourself again and again. Imagine feeling your energy slip away, your confidence shrink, and your most private moments with your partner become a source of frustration instead of joy. That is the hidden cost of prostate enlargement. It steals sleep, it steals strength, and it quietly steals peace of mind. And here is something most men do not realize. The habits we keep, especially at night, can make the problem worse. A single wrong choice in what you drink before bed can fuel the growth of the prostate and speed up the decline of your quality of life. You may think it is harmless. You may believe it is just a little drink to relax. But science tells us that this habit can slowly turn into a trap that robs you of restful nights and healthy days. I want you to know that you are not alone in this. Millions of men are going through the same struggle. Many of them feel isolated. They do not talk about it because they are embarrassed, but I am here with you, like a friend who cares about your health and your dignity. We will walk through this together. We will uncover the real dangers of that nightly drink, and more importantly, we will learn the choices that can protect you and restore your strength. Before we go further, I want to invite you to take part in this journey with me. Please leave a comment below this video. Tell me your age, and share what you are experiencing. Do you wake up at night to urinate? Do you feel tired in the morning? Do you notice changes in your energy or your confidence? By sharing your story, you not only help yourself, but you also help other men who may be quietly suffering, and I promise you this. In my next video, I will look at your comments and give you the guidance that matches your situation. So stay with me. The truth may be uncomfortable, but it can also set you free. Together, let us shine a light on the silent mistake that so many men make every single night. Let us take a step back together, my friend, and understand what the prostate really island. Many men go through life without truly knowing this small gland until it begins to cause trouble. The prostate is about the size of a walnut when you are young. It sits just below your bladder and in front of your rectum, wrapped gently around your urethra, which is the tube that carries urine from the bladder out of your body. The prostate has an important role in your health. Its main job is to produce fluid that nourishes and protects sperm. This fluid mixes with sperm from the testicles and other fluids to form semen. Without the prostate, fertility would not be possible in the same way. But beyond reproduction, the prostate also influences how smoothly you urinate because it hugs the urethra like a ring. Now, here is the problem. As you get older, especially after the age of 50, the prostate begins to grow. For some men, it grows slowly, and for others, it grows quickly. Doctors call this condition benign prostatic hyperplasia, or simply prostate enlargement. The word benign means it is not cancer, but just because it is not cancer does not mean it is harmless. When the gland gets bigger, it presses on the urethra. That pressure is what makes urination more difficult. This is why so many men notice changes in their bathroom habits as they age. The stream of urine may become weak. It may start and stop instead of flowing smoothly. You may feel like you cannot completely empty your bladder. And worst of all, you may find yourself waking up multiple times at night, running back and forth to the bathroom and losing the deep rest that your body so badly needs. It is important to understand that these changes are not just an inconvenience. They affect your entire life. Poor sleep leads to fatigue during the day. Fatigue makes it harder to focus, harder to enjoy hobbies, harder to be present with your family. The constant interruptions at night wear down your spirit. Over time, this can even affect your heart health, your blood pressure, and your mental well-being. That is why knowledge is power. By understanding the prostate and its role in your body, you gain the ability to protect it. The truth is, many men wait until the problem becomes severe before paying attention. But you and I, we are not going to wait. We are going to look at what fuels this enlargement and what can slow it down. Because once you see the connection between your habits and your health, you will realize that you have more control than you think. So keep listening closely, my friend. In the next part, we will uncover the hidden causes that make the prostate grow faster, and you may be surprised to find that some of them are right there in your daily routine. My friend, now that we understand what the prostate is and why it matters so much, let us talk about the reasons it begins to grow more quickly in some men. Age plays a big role, yes, but it is not the only factor. There are habits and choices in everyday life that can quietly accelerate this process. Knowing them is the first step to protecting yourself. The first cause is simply aging. After the age of 50, hormonal changes begin to shift the balance inside the male body. Testosterone levels drop little by little, while another form of the hormone called dihydrotestosterone tends to rise inside the prostate. This change acts like fuel, pushing the gland to enlarge. That is why even men who live healthy lives can still experience some degree of enlargement. The second cause is diet. What we eat and drink has a direct impact on the prostate. Diets high in red meat, processed foods, fried meals, and excess sugar create inflammation throughout the body. When the body is inflamed, the prostate is more likely to swell and grow. Add to that a lack of fresh vegetables, fruits, and omega-3 fats, and the problem grows faster. The third cause is lack of physical activity. Think of the body as a machine that needs movement to stay balanced. When men sit for long hours, whether at work or in front of the television, blood flow slows down in the pelvic area. This reduced circulation contributes to congestion and swelling around the prostate. Gentle activities like walking, stretching, or light exercise can make a big difference, but too many men skip them. The fourth cause is stress. You may not think stress has anything to do with your prostate, but it does. Chronic stress raises cortisol, the stress hormone. High cortisol disrupts your natural hormone balance, weakens your immune system, and makes inflammation worse. Over time, stress becomes a hidden partner in the growth of the prostate. And the irony is, prostate problems cause even more stress, creating a painful cycle. The fifth cause is poor sleep. When you do not rest well, your body loses its chance to repair and regulate itself. Hormones become imbalanced, blood pressure rises, and inflammation increases. Night after night of poor sleep does not just make you tired, it gives the prostate a signal to keep growing unchecked. And finally, we must talk about drinks, especially at night. Certain beverages are especially dangerous because they irritate the bladder and prostate directly. Coffee, strong tea, alcohol, and sugary sodas may feel relaxing or comforting in the evening, but they act like accelerators on the prostate. They stimulate more urine production, they force the bladder to work harder, and they keep the prostate in a state of irritation. This is one of the main reasons why many men notice that their night symptoms become worse after a late drink. All of these causes work together. Aging sets the stage, diet and lifestyle, add fuel, stress, and sleep deprivation weaken your defenses, and the wrong drinks push the process forward. The result is a prostate that grows faster than it should, leaving you trapped in nightly bathroom trips, restless sleep, and drained energy. But here is the good news. Once you know the causes, you can begin to change them. You cannot stop aging, but you can improve your diet. You can add movement to your day. You can learn to manage stress. You can choose better drinks at night. These steps may look small, but together they slow down the growth of the prostate and give you back control over your life. Stay with me, because in the next part, we will look more closely at those dangerous nighttime drinks, the ones that quietly fuel prostate growth while you are simply trying to relax. You may be surprised to see how common they are in daily life. My friend, now we arrive at one of the most important parts of this conversation. The drinks you choose at night may seem harmless, but in truth, they can quietly feed the very problem that keeps you awake and exhausted. Let us look at the main culprits together, one by one. The first is caffeine. Coffee, strong tea, and energy drinks all contain caffeine, which stimulates the bladder and prostate. When you drink them in the evening, your body stays alert when it should be resting, and your bladder fills faster. The result is more trips to the bathroom at night. Beyond that, caffeine irritates the tissues of the urinary tract, making urination even more urgent and uncomfortable. Some men believe a small cup of tea at night will not hurt, but over time, even small doses add up. The second is alcohol. Many men enjoy a glass of wine, a beer, or a stronger drink in the evening to relax after a long day. But alcohol is a double-edged sword. It not only irritates the bladder, it also dehydrates the body. That means your body tries to flush out the alcohol by producing more urine, leaving you running to the bathroom through the night. Alcohol also disrupts deep sleep, which is the stage your body needs for healing. So instead of waking up refreshed, you wake up groggy with your prostate more irritated than before. The third is sugary drinks. Sodas, fruit juices with added sugar, and sweetened teas may taste pleasant, but they push your blood sugar up and create inflammation throughout the body. That inflammation does not stop at your joints or your heart. It also reaches your prostate. A swollen prostate combined with a bladder full of sugary liquid is a recipe for restless nights and faster growth of the gland. The fourth group includes heavy or artificially flavored drinks. Late-night milkshakes, chocolate drinks, or flavored waters with chemicals and preservatives all put extra stress on your body. Your digestive system works overtime, your bladder stays active, and your prostate receives more signals to swell. Now, you may ask, why are these drinks more harmful at night than during the day? The answer is simple. At night, your body is supposed to slow down, repair itself, and enter deep rest. Anything that forces your bladder to work harder interrupts this process. The bladder pushes against the prostate becomes more irritated, and the cycle of night waking begins. Think about it. You settle into bed hoping for a good night's rest. 2 hours later, you are up again. You stumble in the dark to the bathroom. You return to bed, but your mind is restless. You drift off, only to wake again in another hour. This pattern repeats until morning. And instead of starting the day with energy, you feel drained before the sun has fully risen, all because of what you drank the night before. The tragedy is that many men do not make the connection. They think it is just aging, or just bad luck. They keep drinking that nightly cup of coffee, that glass of beer, or that sweet soda without realizing they are fueling the very enemy they want to fight. But you, my friend, now see the truth. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. By choosing better drinks at night, you give your body the chance to rest, you give your prostate the chance to calm down, and you give yourself the gift of better mornings. Stay with me, because in the next part we will talk about the consequences of ignoring this truth. You will see what can happen if you continue with the wrong habits, and why change is not just a choice but a necessity. My friend, now we must face the difficult truth. If harmful habits continue, especially those nightly drinks we talked about, the consequences can grow more serious than you might expect. At first, it may just feel like a small inconvenience, but over time, it becomes a chain that weighs down every part of your life. Let me walk you through what really happens when the prostate continues to enlarge unchecked. The first and most obvious consequence is frequent urination at night. Waking up once in the middle of the night may not sound too bad, but when it becomes 2, 3, or even 5 times every night, your sleep is no longer restful. Deep sleep is where your brain and body heal. Without it, fatigue builds up. You wake each morning already tired, and that tiredness follows you through the day. The second consequence is urinary retention. As the prostate grows, it presses more strongly on the urethra, narrowing the passage for urine. This can make urination slow, weak, and sometimes painful. Some men describe it as standing at the toilet for long minutes, waiting for the flow to start. Others feel like their bladder never fully empties. This constant pressure increases the risk of bladder infections, because bacteria thrive in urine that stays behind. The third consequence is bladder damage. When the bladder is forced to work harder again and again to push urine past the blockage, its muscles become thickened and weakened over time. This damage can become permanent, leaving you with lasting problems even if the prostate is later treated. The fourth consequence is the formation of bladder stones. These stones develop when urine stays trapped for too long. They cause pain, bleeding, and sometimes severe infections. Passing a bladder stone is extremely painful, and in many cases, surgery is required to remove them. The fifth consequence is the risk of acute urinary retention. This is when you suddenly cannot urinate at all, even though your bladder is full. The pain is intense, and it is a true medical emergency. At that point, only a catheter placed in the emergency room can relieve the pressure. Many men are shocked the first time this happens because it feels like the problem appeared overnight. But in truth, it builds slowly from years of neglect. And we must also talk about how this affects your overall health. Poor sleep from nightly bathroom trips raises blood pressure and strains the heart. Over time, it increases your risk of heart disease and stroke. Constant fatigue weakens your immune system, leaving you more vulnerable to illness. The lack of rest also affects your mood, leading to irritability, anxiety, and even depression. Beyond the physical, there is the emotional and relational cost. Many men lose confidence in themselves. They avoid long trips because they worry about finding bathrooms. They avoid intimacy with their partners because of fear or embarrassment. What begins as a small health issue can grow into a heavy shadow over family life, social activities, and self-esteem. The final and most painful truth is this: if prostate enlargement is ignored for too long, it can mask or complicate more serious conditions, including prostate cancer. While benign enlargement is not cancer, the symptoms can overlap. Men who dismiss the signs risk delaying an important diagnosis. So, my friend, this is why I urge you not to take the problem lightly. The cost of doing nothing is far greater than the effort of making small changes. Nightly drinks, poor habits, and neglect may seem small, but together they build a mountain of suffering. The good news is, you are learning now, before it becomes too late. And with the right steps, you can protect your prostate, your sleep, and your quality of life. Stay with me. In the next part, we will talk about healthy alternatives for your evenings, choices that soothe the body instead of harming it, and drinks that allow you to rest without worry. My friend, after hearing about the dangers of the wrong drinks at night, you may feel a bit discouraged, but let me reassure you. There are better choices, simple, natural, and soothing that can support your prostate instead of harming it. Changing your nightly routine does not mean giving up comfort. It means choosing comfort that heals rather than comfort that hurts. The first and most reliable choice is warm water. A small glass of warm water before bed can relax your body, aid digestion, and help you fall asleep more easily. Unlike coffee, alcohol, or sugary sodas, plain water does not irritate the bladder. It hydrates gently and allows your body to rest without disruption. The key is moderation. Too much water late at night can also lead to bathroom trips, so think of a half glass, not a full bottle. The second option is herbal tea, but carefully chosen. Not all teas are equal. Avoid black tea or green tea in the evening because they still contain caffeine. Instead, reach for calming herbs. Chamomile tea has been used for centuries to promote relaxation and better sleep. Barley tea, popular in many cultures, is naturally caffeine-free and gentle on the bladder. Corn silk tea is another traditional remedy, known to soothe the urinary tract and reduce irritation. These are the kinds of teas that comfort both the body and the prostate. The third choice is warm milk for those who tolerate dairy well. A small cup of warm milk can trigger the release of calming chemicals in the brain, making it easier to fall asleep. It is gentle and nourishing, but again, keep the portions small. Heavy or flavored milk drinks with added sugar can cause the very irritation you are trying to avoid. The fourth option is a light evening snack paired with water or herbal tea. Foods rich in magnesium, such as bananas or almonds, help relax muscles and support deeper sleep. Pumpkin seeds are another excellent choice, as they contain compounds that support prostate health directly. When combined with a calming drink, these snacks can become a nightly ritual that truly serves your body. The fifth choice is to combine your drink with a moment of relaxation. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and let your mind slow down. This practice lowers stress, balances hormones, and indirectly benefits your prostate. Remember, the goal at night is not just to drink something, it is to send a message to your whole body that it is safe to rest. The truth is, my friend, habits shape health. The wrong nightly drink creates a cycle of irritation and exhaustion. The right nightly drink builds a cycle of calm and healing. Every evening is a chance to choose one path or the other, and you do not need to be perfect. Even replacing a harmful drink with a healthy one just a few nights a week can start to make a difference. Stay with me. In the next part, we will go beyond drinks. We will talk about how lifestyle choices, what you eat, how you move, how you manage stress can protect your prostate and your well-being for years to come. My friend, by now you understand how much the prostate can influence your daily life. But here is the encouraging truth. The choices you make each day can either protect this small gland or put more pressure on it. You cannot control your age, but you can control your lifestyle. Let us walk through the most important steps together. The first step is nutrition. What you put on your plate shows up in your health. Diets rich in vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats give your body the tools to fight inflammation. Foods like tomatoes, which contain lycopene, have been shown to support prostate health. Omega-3 fats from fish like salmon or from walnuts and flax seeds help reduce swelling in the body. On the other hand, try to limit red meat, processed foods, and fried meals, as these can inflame the prostate and accelerate its growth. The second step is physical activity. Movement is medicine. Even something as simple as a 30-minute walk 5 days a week can improve circulation, lower stress, and support your prostate. Gentle exercises like yoga or stretching keep the pelvic area relaxed and reduce pressure on the bladder. Specific pelvic floor exercises, often called Kegels, strengthen the muscles around the bladder and prostate, making urination smoother and less stressful. The third step is stress management. Chronic stress quietly damages the body. It raises blood pressure, weakens immunity, and triggers hormone changes that make the prostate more vulnerable. Finding ways to relax is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Deep breathing, meditation, listening to calming music, or even spending time in nature can lower stress levels. The key is consistency, not perfection. A few minutes each day can change your whole balance. The fourth step is quality sleep. Rest is when your body repairs itself. Aim for 7 to 8 hours each night. Create a bedtime routine that signals your body it is time to sleep. Dim the lights, avoid screens, drink something gentle like chamomile tea, and go to bed at the same time each night. Good sleep balances hormones, lowers inflammation, and gives your prostate the chance to rest. The fifth step is medical care. Do not wait until problems become severe. Regular checkups after the age of 50 are essential. A simple exam or blood test can detect changes early, before they grow into bigger issues. Many men avoid this out of fear or embarrassment. But remember, prevention is always easier than treatment. Think of it as giving yourself peace of mind. Finally, remember that lifestyle is not about perfection. You do not have to change everything at once. Start small. Replace one unhealthy drink with a healthier choice. Add one walk each week. Try one new vegetable. Each step builds on the next. Over time, the changes add up, and your prostate, your energy, and your whole life improve. Stay with me, my friend. In the final part, we will bring everything together. You will see why these small steps matter, and I will give you a simple action to take right now to begin your journey toward better health. My friend, let us bring everything together. We have talked about how common prostate problems are after the age of 50, how nightly habits can make them worse, and how small choices can protect your health. The truth is simple. Just one wrong drink at night can steal your sleep, irritate your bladder, and speed up the growth of your prostate. But one right choice can give you rest, strength, and peace of mind. The pain of waking up again and again, the embarrassment of weak flow or urgent trips to the bathroom, the fatigue that follows you through every day, none of this has to control your life. You have the power to change the story. By choosing healthy drinks, eating nourishing foods, moving your body, managing stress, and staying consistent with checkups, you can protect your prostate and reclaim your confidence. Remember, you are not alone. Millions of men face the same struggle, and many of them feel silent and isolated. But you now have knowledge, and knowledge is the first step toward freedom. So here is what I ask you to do. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss what comes next. If you agree with me and want to protect your health, leave the number 1 in the comments. If you disagree, leave the number 0. And do not forget, tell me your age and your current situation in the comments so I can support you more directly in the next video. Take the first step tonight, my friend. Your future self will thank you.